This is Natred coming back at you with another beer review. Tonight on offer, I have a beer by a brewery that is pretty well known. It is New Belgium. Now, you've probably heard of New Belgium. I know you've probably seen their logo in your local bar, or hell, you've probably seen their logo at any shitty popular restaurant chain. Beers they're pretty well known for would be the Fat Tire or the Voodoo Ranger IPA. These are beers you're probably somewhat familiar with, and maybe even tried at least once. But have you ever tried the Honey Orange Tripel? Tripel, I'm not really sure how it's pronounced. It is not a triple IPA as I assumed when I first saw the label. Instead, it is a Belgian-style ale brewed with wild African honey and fresh ground Seville orange peel. Now that all sounds very impressive, but I will of course suspend judgment until I have at least tried the beer. Now I actually bought this pretty much on a whim, based on a recommendation from a random liquor store patron who I just happened to bump into. They told me this was their favorite beer, and I decided to give it a try. Now this is a 10% ABV ale. As mentioned, New Belgium doesn't really require any introduction, least of all by me, but I thought it was at least worth noting that they are based out of Fort Collins, Colorado. Most likely there's nothing traditionally Belgian about this beer or this brewery. Anyways, on to the review. Now, as promised in my previous video, I will be pouring this into a glass. Give it a nice slow pour. Or to give it some sufficient breathing time, I think. Well, at least in this light, it does appear to have a very light amber color. Maybe even straw. Very pale yellow, at the very least. I definitely smell the orange. The Seville oranges. But how does it taste? Well, let's find out. I gotta say, this does taste very similar to a traditional Belgian ale. The smell of citrus was strong. I could definitely more so taste the honey. I don't know what to say other than it's unremarkable in the sense that it tastes just like a traditional Belgian ale. Pretty straightforward. I mean, Belgian ales do have a distinct flavor to them, but this doesn't taste any different than, say, a Duvel or, I don't know, a Delirium Tremens. New Belgium definitely succeeded in replicating the taste of a traditional Belgian ale. I'll give them that, for whatever that's worth. Well, I'll put it to you this way. Of all the New Belgium ales that I have tried, this is definitely the best, but it sort of lacks its own identity. I don't really know how else to put it. It strives to duplicate the taste of a traditional Belgian ale. I'd say it succeeds, but is that really a goal worth attaining? I don't know. It's like drinking the bitter discontent of someone's unrealized or unfulfilled dreams. It's like an identity crisis in a bottle. Don't really know how else to describe it. It's by no means bad. It's just, as I said, it's rather unremarkable. It's better than a Michelob Ultra, that's for damn sure. I don't know how else to describe it. It's kind of like trying to describe the taste of a rice patty or something. Maybe that's a little too harsh. I don't know. At the very least, it is pretty strong. It is a 10% beer after all. So it's no slouch in that regard. But anyways, that about wraps it up for this review. I have been Natred, and I will see you all in the next episode.